So apparently McDonald's of all places has a secret menu, making it really easy if you're on a budget, in a pinch, or if it's all you have access to order really high quality, super satiating protein. I am excited to give it a shot in the name of science. Hi, can I order from the a la carte menu?
Okay, what do you order?
Can I get 4 quarter-pounder patties with salt?
Oh, with salt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. $8.78 for a pound of beef? At first glance, you might be scratching your head wondering why it's so cheap, but you have to remember that for a company the size of McDonald's, they're able to buy their beef at scale. Now, I'm not saying it's the best quality beef, but I did look on their website and they claim that it is 100% beef, made only with salt and pepper. How you doing? I haven't been through a drive-through and I can't even tell you when the last time was. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. I don't want to touch the receipt. Hi, how are you? Apparently, they don't use any oil to cook the burgers either. They just take the meat and they put it straight on the hot plate. No oil, just meat, salt, and pepper. That's what I've heard, and I have no affiliation, so I'm willing to trust. Thank you so much. Are there forks? Is there a fork in here? And what about salt? That little extra salt? Oh, cool. Thank you. You too. All right. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, I'm going the wrong way. It smells good, actually. All right, so we got a pound of beef in here, and it actually smells pretty good. I haven't had McDonald's in like, oh my God. Okay, so we got a little bag of salt and pepper, some salt, iodized. Get that iodine. Got a fork. And then in a plastic tray, you get these 4 patties. This is a pound of beef. Whoa. Guys, this looks actually pretty amazing. That actually looks pretty good. All right, here we go. First bite of McDonald's meat in, I can't tell you how long. Pretty good. Tastes like meat. Definitely can use a little bit of salt though. Now I ran the macros on these. These 4 burgers add up to about 880 calories with 72 grams of protein and I believe 64 grams of fat. Now personally, I would prefer leaner beef. This is a pretty high fat. Also not super great because you don't know what the cows were fed. They probably weren't fed great. But again, if you're on a budget or in a pinch, I mean, it's a pretty good snack, if not a meal.
Well, Max, I'm Paul Chek, and I want to put you in checkmate. I hear you make some good videos. My students have told me about them, but this one was brought to my attention, so there's a few things I want to share with all of you. One, McDonald's is a massive conglomerate that uses commercial farming, and that is absolute torture to cows. If any of you just simply go to Google Images and look up commercial farming, you'll see animals that have been standing and living in their own urine and poop for their whole life. They're heavily treated with antibiotics, which will come through the meat. They're heavily treated with steroids, which will come through the meat. They're fed very toxic food, even foods that have been rejected from the food supply because of heavy fungal mycotoxins, which are extremely poisonous to the body, are consumed by cows and feedlots, not to mention the fact that if you look into the stuff that they feed these animals, it'll shock the hell out of you. Second of all, whatever an animal eats or a human eats that's toxic, that it does not have the nutrition on board to detox, is shuttled into the fat to protect the vital organs of the body. And as he said, there was 64 grams of fat in there. I have nothing to worry about real fat from healthy animals, but you're eating a very, very toxic source of food there, which can have a tremendously negative effect on your body. And one of the reasons we have so much obesity in the world today isn't because people are overeating, it's because they're eating nutritionally deficient, nutritionally void, highly toxic food. So whenever you do that, your body will shuttle it off into fat, build as much fat as it has to, add water to it, which will cause you to swell up. The water is also a protective mechanism. It takes a lot of water to move that stuff away from your core. Next, we have the issue of counting calories. Counting calories is not a good idea. As I show in my book, How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy, research by John Berardi showed it takes 55% of the calories eaten just to run a food from mouth to anus. Just the cost of putting it through your body is about 55% of the calories. So we've got to remember that if we've got calories, as in this case, with no nutrition, not to mention the high levels of toxicity, you're using a model for nutrition that is only based on how much energy it takes to raise the temperature of water in a burn calorimeter. Says nothing to do with the nutritional value. So the calorie count on that meat is no different than the calorie count on white, toxic, poisonous sugar. So we need to get out of that model. The idea of saving money on food is ridiculously dangerous. You never save money on food. Remember, you are what you eat and you are what you don't excrete, which is a lot of those toxins, because very few people have enough nutrition on board and a diversity of nutrition that is needed, and you're eating a monocrop food there. Those cows are not even allowed to graze or have real food. They don't eat real grass. They're fed a lot of garbage. When you don't have the nutrition on board, you can't detoxify your body. When you're eating these poisons, they poison your body. If you look at the side effects of the herbicides, fungicides, rodenticides, and pesticides that comes in on the foods those animals eat, and what happens when they get into your body, it's devastating. And so back to the issue of saving money. If you look into research, there's plenty of it. You can go to the British Soil Association, Weston A. Price Foundation. There's many, many studies out there, some mostly on animals, but some on humans, that show on average a human being eating real organic food eats about 1/3 less food a day. Why? Because the increased nutrition triggers the satiation centers in the brain and you just lose your sense of hunger. So you're actually paying more, but that money's going into real farmers that are taking care of the soil, and we are very dangerously low on topsoil. And so you end up putting money into food with real nutrition that vitalizes your body, enhances your immune system, enhances your detoxification systems to keep you clean and healthy. You get satiated sooner, so that you're actually not hungry all the time, and you're actually doing something that's good for your body. There is no such thing as saving money on food, and there is no such thing as learning how much nutritional value is in a food by counting calories. That's a very, very dangerous and outdated model. The first thing I do with my patients is get that idea completely out of their head. So my sadness is that, Max, you're famous for making great videos, but to promote and encourage people to eat toxic poison and have a so-called snack on junk food, not to mention the fact that you've got what you're calling salt. That's not salt. 97% of all the salt used in the world is sodium chloride. Most of the sodium chloride is used for manufacturing. So what they do is they extract, and good salt has as many as 42 minerals, not to mention trace elements from the ocean that are all hormone regulators and support the body in many different ways. So when you're eating sodium chloride, you get the exact reason why medical doctors think that salt raises your blood pressure, because you're not eating salt, you're eating a chemical. Go to the Selena Naturally website and look up the Grain and Salt Society's information on salt. They've got great information there, and you'll see that salt is loaded with minerals, trace minerals, and ocean elements that are extremely important for your body, a myriad of functions, including hormonal regulation. And people that eat salt never have problems with high blood pressure or any of the problems that the medical system attributes to salt, but sodium chloride is a toxin to the body. So it might be iodized, but so is real salt, so is Celtic sea salt, so is many high quality sea salts. I do say thank you for the good videos you make, but I put you in checkmate for this video because it encourages people to eat toxic, poisonous shit that puts money right in the hands of the people that are destroying our planet, treating animals inhumanely, and perpetuating illness, obesity, and disease on the planet. So hopefully, now that I've got you in checkmate, you'll make a better move and take a drive to an organic farm or a free-range farm, or look into wild pastures, because they offer real meat at really good prices. And you'll probably find with wild pastures delivery service and options that they have that you can eat the same pound of meat that'll make you healthy, happy, and strong, baby, and be supporting the farmers and the soil that take care of us. So lots of love to all of you.